Hey there. I'm recording this webinar on my screen for you today. It is January 20th. And bear with me. I have barely any voice right now. And I wanted to create this webinar. Basically what this webinar is for you is to how to fix your autoresponders for the first level IBO in your focal point system. Now, if you've been here for a while, and primarily this webinar and what I'm about to show you is for any IBO that's been here for a long time, has been here much longer before September, and also for new IBOs that are enrolling new IBOs on their team. Okay, so I'm going to put this together for you, and kind of bear with me because this is something I just found out recently and I really had no idea. I've had focal point since this team had gotten focal point, and we're looking at about 4 or 5 years now. Pardon me. So all of the autoresponders that I have are old, and that's not necessarily bad. They have just been updated since September, and so for the new IBOs that have been here since September of 2015, most likely you have the brand new autoresponders for the first level IBO. Okay. Again, in reiteration, if you've been here before then, you most likely have the autoresponders that I have. Okay. So let's go into our focal point system. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and log in. Okay, and I just want to show you something real quick. There is a couple of emails that I have copied and pasted that I did not want to lose, that I may be using again in my focal point. So I didn't want to lose it entirely. So basically what I'm going to need to do is go to Sales Tools. And then I'm going to want to go to email, the autoresponder emails here. And then when you open up the autoresponder emails, you're going to be seeing the third category down is my first level IBOs, team members, my first level IBOs. Okay. And I, as you're watching this, have the old autoresponders. And again, that's nothing bad or anything like that. But I had no idea. The system did not regenerate itself when new additions added. And just yesterday, I was helping my new IBO with the fact that she signed up her first new IBO. Yay! And when I was helping her, I had found that she had all these new autoresponders, and I was like, wow, this is really awesome. So I had contacted Focal Point, and they told me there was a couple of things that I needed to do that. So I'm going to go ahead now, and I'm going to show you. So here we are again, Sales Tools, Autoresponder Emails, my first level IBOs, team members, my first level IBOs. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Edit. Now, what you're seeing here is the autoresponders that I have for this campaign that I've had since day one. I've kind of fudged a few of them, like the very first one. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. And the very first one that I have is a template that looks like this, that I had created. And certainly you can have this template as well if you'd like to. Just contact me and I'll direct you to that template. email me at thehomecareernetwork@gmail.com. Again, that's thehomecareernetwork@gmail.com. And I'll get that out to you. And you can certainly fudge it with your picture, your content, you know, and the necessary content you need for that new IBO. Okay. If you have our new IBO checklist in our training site, faststartsuccesssteps.com, in that checklist, it'll explain to you the first things that you should have when you're sending out to a new IBO, and you should have your picture, you know, and all your contact information, how to get you on Facebook and things like that. Okay, but that's what that looks like. And I had added this one in and kind of changed the days as to when they go out. Your 30-day challenge, I made my own 30-day challenge template here, explaining what they need to do. Okay, and then what I did, I kept everything else basically the same. What I also did is the mindset for success, and I added that. And these were the ones that I wanted to save, that I copied and pasted and emailed to myself in regards to, you know, the mindset, the entrepreneur mindset. Okay? And I want to make sure I saved that as well. The home office deduction, let's take a look at that. Nope, I didn't change anything about that one. Okay? So, with that being said, I just got off the phone with Focal Point, and they told me that all I need to do is click here. Your account is currently set to your own custom version of the campaign. If you would like to use the pre-written autoresponder messages instead, click here, and your custom messages will be erased, and the pre-written messages will be reloaded for campaign. Well, that made me a little nervous. So that's why I took some of these autoresponders that I created myself. I emailed them back to me, so this way I have them, so if I want to add them or fudge or anything like that, I still have that content and I don't have to rethink it. Okay, so I'm about to do this for the first time with you. And like you all, and many of us, changes for me get a little bit funky. But they're all good. Change is good. Good stuff. So I'm going to dive in with right now with you in regards to this. All right, so here we go. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click there. Let's see what happens. Okay, everything changed. Yay. All right. But there are going to be a few things that I'm going to need to do. All right. Now, let me remind you, we are Team Freedom Builders, and we are a branch of a much bigger team called the Freedom at Home team. Okay? So that's why you see Freedom at Home team, pardon me, at the top of your screen in Focal Point, and that's why you see, if you've registered for announcements and you're getting the daily emails from Janie, that's why you're seeing things in regards to the Freedom at Home team. Okay? But I'm going to need to fudge some of these because of the fact that some of this information does not, excuse me, does not reflect our team training site. As you know, our team training site is faststartsuccesssteps.com. And our password is success. All lowercase, no capital letters or anything. I'm sorry, guys, I'm losing my voice here. So keep in mind, I saved some of those. I copied and pasted the old ones, and I emailed myself. So in case I want to use the same content. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go and I'm going to look at the first one. Welcome to AmeriPlan. Okay. So let's see. You are currently using default autoresponders. To edit these pre-written, click here. So yes, I'm going to want to edit those. And when I click on edit, I get an additional actions that I can do. Okay? So the very first one, I believe I'm going to need to edit. And let's take a look at this one. Well, it doesn't look as pretty as my template that I have, and that's fine. I will probably go ahead and use the same template, but I happen to like what a lot of this message says. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fix some of this. Okay? So let me go ahead and put in the merge code. The merge code for the first name is the brackets. Now the brackets on your keyboard are directly next to the letter P to the right, and it's not the ones on the top, it's the ones on the bottom. So don't hit shift or anything, okay? So you're going to hit that bracket. It's going to be capital F-I-R-S-T, capital N-A-M-E, and the right bracket. Okay? So that this way it merges with the person's contact information inside the system. All right? So that's the first rule of order. And I'm just going to change some of the words. Welcome to AmeriPlan and congratulations. Okay? And then I'm going to go up with this. And then I am going to go down with that. And let's see, what else do I want to do? Trainable and coachable. Please do the same in order for you to be successful with AmeriPlan as well. Now, I wonder if I put a picture in here, if it's going to do what I want it to do. So I'm going to go ahead and try that with you right now. So I need to upload a picture. Browse. Let's see what happens. It's taking a minute. Okay, now I need to go into my computer and get an email. Not an email. Picture. And this is taking a minute here. Patience is a virtue. Okay, so I'm going to go into my pictures. And then I'm going to go in and wait for this. And then I have some of my pictures, my mug shots. Now let's see. We'll use that one. Let's see what this comes out to be. Do I want to send to the server? I guess so. And this is really, really big, so I'm going to want to make it smaller. 250. How about 200? Whoops. Yeah. Let's see what happens. Click OK. Alright, well, it doesn't make it so that the words, but that's fine. Okay. Welcome to AmeriPlan. Okay. There's my picture. Also, the emails you get from corporate provide some different training. Go ahead and take a look and file them. Our team does a little bit differently, so you don't want to get confused by that. I have an 100% open door policy. You should be excited. There's a lot of information coming your way. Okay. We need to take this one out of here. This is not our website. www. And I suggest that the first letter of every word you capitalize. So it's easier to read. And let's see if we can go ahead and make this clickable. We can. So we're going to click on this little link. Okay, click OK. Now it's clickable. And our password is success. Okay, now we need to change some of these words a little bit. Log into the training website and click. Nope. Nope. We have a 30-day challenge. And it's not a link. It's a module. Log into the training site website and you'll be directed to the 30-day challenge module. Okay. And start working your way through that section. The first component will be start here. Whoops. The basics. Okay, and what I want to do is I want this to be in bold, okay? Let me know. I'll be sending you emails throughout each week. Finally, add me as a friend on Facebook. Now, if you have your Facebook URL, which is located in your merge information, if you have that in there when you set up Focal Point, it'll automatically put your Facebook URL in there, automatically, okay? And then when they friend you on Facebook, then you can automatically go to our Team Freedom Builders Facebook group and just quick add them, you know, and then welcome to the team in there and tag them, okay? If you don't have a Facebook page, why not? You really should get one. You're going to want to interact with your team members that way. It really is a great platform on many, many, many different levels, and you'll find that out as you're moving forward if you're a new IBO and don't understand that. So I'm going to leave that in there, the Facebook group. But what I want to do is I want to add, here are your websites. And then I'm going to put this. If you enrolled with me over the phone, I gave you your sites at that time, as well as your ID numbers. Okay. what am I saying here? When I enroll somebody over the phone, once they enroll, once you hit submit and it processes, and then you're going to get the invoice that's going to pop up on your screen. The first member number in the invoice, the 2400 number, is their ID number for the working home, the IBO ID number. It doesn't say that in the invoice, it says member number. However, that is their ID number. And then the second number down, when they choose a package, a benefits package, is going to be 2300. And it's an 8-digit number as well. And that is going to be for their benefits, their member ID number. I give that to them right over the phone. And when I get their ID number, then I'm going to know what their websites are immediately. Okay, because we all get the same websites. The only difference is our ID numbers. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to fix this up a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to go. I'm going to say, well, I don't want this to skip a line. Why does it do that? I'm going to have to do it like this. The first 2 websites do not have www in them. So watch out for that. In about 30 minutes, you'll be able to view your sites. Okay? And of course, this words are too small now because I did it that way. Size 12, no. 14, yes. Okay. Skip a line. http://2400 xxxx dot AmericanOpportunity.com. The next one is http://2400 xxxx, because we don't know. That's the last 4 digits of it. Save with discount healthcare.com. And then the next one is www.deliveringondpromise.com/2400xxxx. Okay? These are their websites. Now I want to make this bold, and I want to pronounce this, you know, so they see it right away. Here are your websites. Okay, here is our training website. Then the password. I changed the words a little bit here to reflect how our website goes. And that's it. You know, I mean, you really should have a picture, and I really wish that the words would come up next to it. If there's a way to be able to do that. I guess not. If I go back over this, it'll probably... oh, look what happened. Yep, it deleted it. Okay, but let's see. I'm going to try this again and see if I put it just in the middle there. Let's go back over that. I'm going to have to do this again. Browse. open, send to server, whatever. Just give me my picture. Okay. What did we say? 200 last time? Yeah, I think so. Oh, nope, it didn't do it. Alright. Alright. We're all testing this out. Okay. Ugh. Alright. Looks like I'm going to have to make a new template somewhere. What is this? I don't know what this is. I have no idea. Okay, so let's delete that. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back in. We need to have a picture in here. I can't, you need to have a picture. Okay, so if you feel bad, you know, if you feel, you know, like you don't have a picture or whatever right now, you know, don't worry about it. You know, okay? Don't worry about it, but it doesn't matter. You know, you could be sitting on the couch. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be all professional looking. You know, whatever. You could be sitting on the couch, you know, with a cup of coffee in your hand. Whatever. Okay? Don't get bogged down by that. And that's that. Alright? Now I'm going to save this. And I have gone through some of this information with one of our IBOs, and of course you can see the Freedom and Home team. And this is, you know, this is good. I don't think anything like that needs to be changed. You know, I don't really think any of these really have to be changed. This one, your why and your goals. What I've done is I want to add Know Your Why module from our training site in here. Okay. Okay. Check out our module. Check out our module, Know Your Why. Okay? And that module is www.know-your-why.html. Okay? That's what that module is. So now I need to take that and I need to make that a clickable link. Okay, I've got to make it a clickable link. I'm using Mozilla, by the way, guys. If you're using Internet Explorer, most of the time Internet Explorer just lets you click on the space bar and it'll make it clickable for you. But I don't know. You have to test that. And what I mean by that is I don't know if Focal Point will allow that. But, you know, go ahead and test that. All right. Save. And, you know, do you have enough leads? Let's take a look at this one. Okay, do you have enough leads? You know, in here, it's basically letting them know, But before we do that, have you finished your training yet? Bold. Also, you can get additional training for leads and ad samples here. Okay. And then we have our posting ads online module, free lead with the marketing strategies module. Okay. I spelled that wrong? Yeah. No, yep. You know what? I'm going to go into our training site and make sure. Got to make sure. Fast start success steps. Okay, log in. Let's go in there. Marketing strategies, advanced training. Here we go. Advanced training. Copy. I'm going to just go ahead and copy that, alright? We want to make sure that that's right. Will it let me paste it, I wonder? No. www.faststartsuccesssteps.com/marketing strat. Let's make sure. Strategies. Advanced training. .html. Okay. Alright, that looks right. Looks right to me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and yeah, it lets me paste it in here. Well, that's fine. Either way, it's going to go to it because it's in the right, you know. Alright. Okay. And that's good. There we have that. So I'm going to save that. Okay. Now, as I went through this with Joy yesterday, I believe there was nothing else that needed to be changed. Okay. All of this is really good stuff. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Michelle, what the heck are you going to do with what you just copied and pasted? Well, I'm just going to save it. All right, I'm going to save it. And at some point down the road, next week or whatever, as I'm looking through these, if I feel like I need to add that content, I will add that content. If not, I'll just save it in a separate folder in my email box for later on. All right, for whatever reason. But I didn't want to lose that information. You know, but this is good stuff here, guys. You know, and I wanted to make sure that I went over this with you. So that you knew about it too. So even if, you know, you're a new IBO and you have these new autoresponder campaigns, now you know what to do about going in and editing them. Okay, editing the ones that should be edited to reflect our information. Don't forget to go ahead and get that new IBO checklist printed out from our training site, because it gives you a step-by-step checklist of the basics of what you need to do when enrolling a brand new IBO and how to move forward with them. Okay, so that's really it with this. I have not had a chance to go in and take a look at any other autoresponders. I haven't had a chance to do that, quite frankly. You know, I'm probably going to want to take a look at that. You know, so for the sake of argument, just quick, I'm just going to go ahead and click on edit and look at this. Pre-written, you know, I guess I could change these as well. You know, but for right now, I wanted to make sure that you had the proper information to be able to go into your first level IBO folder and make sure that you had the correct information in there. So, of course, this is recorded so that you can come back to this and reiterate it and take a look at it again. You can also stop and pause the recording as you move forward to kind of help you along with that. And I hope that this brought you value today. It's really, really important that we start our team members off right with the right information moving forward for them. And keep in mind, if you're using Focal Point, all of your leads are going to be cycling through our Focal Point system. All of them. Everyone that you get that is a free of purchase lead that you want to enter in here, or you know, anybody that opts in and requests an interview, you know, is all going to be in here. And then when they enroll, you know, really all you need to do is click on their name, and it'll open up their contact information. So let me quick do that. All right, let me quick do that. Let me just show you that. All right, let's find somebody. Let's find somebody. Okay. Okay, here's somebody here, okay, that enrolled. So let's say you're talking to them, whatever, that they're enrolling. I always have my Focal Point open up, right? So I'm going to click on Contact Interest, and then I'm going to add them to my first level IBO and save changes. So when I enroll them, I'm letting them know they are going to get an email welcoming to AmeriPlan. Their websites are going to be in there, and the training site's going to be in there, and everything like that. But I also do give them their ID number at the time of enrollment. I do give them their websites at the time of enrollment, so they have something they can look at, you know, fairly right away from the time that they enroll. So I give them all that important information, including the training site, right over the phone as well. But here's something I want to make mention real quick. Depending on what, you know, what benefit package that they enrolled in, dental, med plus, or the combo package, you're going to want to add them to that email campaign as well. You can't do that here. The system won't let you. But by clicking on email campaigns, what you want to do is you want to make sure, and look, you know, what you want to make sure is you're going to see Dental Plus member, Med Plus member, Combo Plan membership. So what did they enroll in, you know? So let's make sure that we click on that. She enrolled in the dental plan, and click on Add. Okay? And then, because she's also a dental member as well, you know, so you want to make sure that your new IBO also gets the membership campaign that they enrolled in, so that they can learn quicker how to use the plan for themselves. Yes, we have a lot of training on that, in our training site and moving forward in the team on recorded and live training calls and things of that nature. But, it's also important for them to also get some emails in regards to it as well. Okay? And that's going to be important. So now we have discussed all the autoresponders in regards to the membership, putting them into the email campaign membership that they enrolled in, getting them into your first level IBOs. And of course, if they are, when Erin enrolls a new IBO, you're going to want to put any IBOs that your IBOs enroll, any of them, into the second level and above. Okay, whether they're the third line, fourth line, fifth line, wherever, you want to put them in there. And you might want to go in there and do the edit view and, pre-written, click here, for custom messages. Pre-written messages will be reloaded. You might want to click there and do that and go through these just like you have with the first level IBO. Okay? And make sure your information is in there, and they, you want them to know who you are as well. Okay? So with that being said, I hope that brought you value and had given you the information that you needed. If you have any questions, do contact me. Either email me at thehomecareernetwork@gmail.com or contact me at 631-642-3590. Again, 631-642-3590. And until next time, let's rock.